Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and thank you for joining today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sabiha, and I'm the secretary for Istanbul Jafri's Ladies. I'm just going to start with a small recitation of Quran before we continue. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا وسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا صدق الله العلي العظيم. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to pass over to our chair lady, Samina, for the first introduction.
So, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for being here on this Tuesday evening. This challenge is just something that we've never done before, and we're just super excited about it. The response that we've had has been absolutely amazing. So originally we were just going to have 3 teams, and we were, kind of thinking about, 10, 15 people in each team, but alhamdulillah, the response has been absolutely incredible that we have 145 people who have signed up. And because of that, we've actually had to double the amount of teams. So we now have 6 teams, all led by incredible women. So the head of the teams are as follows. So we have Sakina Siddiq, we have Taranam Kaku, we have Kira Nisar Black, we have Shaheen Morali, we have Ruqayya Miraj, and we have Bureha Lalji. So these will be your heads of the teams. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll create a WhatsApp group for each individual team, and that will be a place for you all to motivate each other, and hopefully trying to encourage each other to get out and about. The WhatsApp group that was formed today, hopefully all of you should be on it. If not, feel free to message us privately if you have not been added to that. That will be, as I'm sure you all know, that will just be for admins only. So on there we will do kind of bulk announcements, ones that we want all the participants to know at the same time. So just a couple more things before I can pass on to our running coordinators. Please, if you don't already do so, please follow us on Instagram at Istanbul Jafri's Ladies, and on Facebook as well with the same name, Istanbul Jafri's Ladies. And let's try and make March an absolutely awesome month. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to our running coordinators. Kayla, I think you're on mute.
I knew that would happen. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, ladies. Let's try again. So this challenge is not about who is the fastest or who can do the most miles. It's about supporting and motivating each other to walk, jog or run and getting some much needed regular spring fresh air. So what is it? So it's going to run over 4 weeks, starting from this Thursday, the 4th of March, till Wednesday, the 31st of March. It will consist of 6 teams with an even number of regular, experienced and new runners in each team. An experienced participant is defined as someone who currently walks or runs 5K or more regularly, i.e. 3 times or more a week. Each team will have its own WhatsApp group and will be led by an SJ running coordinator or volunteer. You will motivate each other to complete the walks or runs and earn points for you and your team. Just note that let me go to the next bit. Sorry, each walk run completed will earn a fixed number of points regardless of distance and time, and you can do as much or as little as you want.
Next slide, please.
Thanks, Abby.
Okay, so these are the challenge details. So there will be 6 teams, and winners of each team plus the overall winning team of each month will be on the WhatsApp group. You will find out. So it will work in point system. So continuous walk run of a minimum of 2 kilometers will earn 2 points. A continuous walk or run of minimum 5 kilometers will earn you 8 points. The point structure involves over the weeks, and we will include double points, elevation, and bonus points. And these will all be put on the WhatsApp group for the March challenge. Walks and runs must be recorded on Strava with a map, and you must be part of the SJ Ladies running group. No Strava, no record, no points. Even if you're walking, the nature of our Strava club means that your activity must be logged as a run. So activities that are logged as a walk, they don't show up, so you won't get any points for that. So you must make sure that it's logged in as a run. Next slide, please. So yes, thank you. Your time will not matter when allocating points. So you can go out and walk for 2 hours, 3 hours. That doesn't matter. What matters is it's the kilometers that you walk. That's for the course of the challenge. You are more than welcome to walk or run more than 5 kilometers, but you will only be awarded any additional points you won't be awarded any additional points for this, as the main aim of this challenge is to make sure that getting out and getting regular walks and runs becomes part of our daily routine. So one thing that is very important that I mention is that you are more than welcome to go out for a walk, for a run, as many times during the day that you want to go. But at the end of the day, your longest run, which is, like example, in the morning, if you go for a 2K walk, in the afternoon, you decide to go for another 2K walk, and then maybe in the evening, you decide to go for another 5K run, a 5K walk or run. Altogether, you will not get points for your 2 kilometers in the morning, 2 kilometers in the afternoon, 5 kilometers in the evening. You won't get points like that. We will only choose your longest activity. So for that day, your longest activity will be 5K. So you will only be awarded points for that 5K walk or run that you did. And it should be a continuous walk or a run. So you can't break your run throughout the days. You have to make sure it's one continuous walk. And if you're going out with your friends, which we recommend, that if you have a buddy or somebody you want to go out with for a walk or a run, you are more than welcome to do that. But please, please, please make sure that you follow the COVID-19 restrictions and regulations. Next slide, please. Sakina, can I pass this bit on to you?
Thanks. Okay, so you can join the Strava group. As you can see, when you sign up to Strava, it is a free app. There is a paid version to it, but you're more than welcome to use a free app. So if you haven't done that, please do that now. Next slide, Sriha. Okay, if you look on the Strava group, it says the clubs that you follow and everything. We're following the Stanmore Ladies Running Club. I know there are quite a few SJ men have their club as well, but is this the one on the right-hand side, the one we're looking for? At the bottom, it says record on the second slide. If you look at the bottom, it says record. Press that when you start your activity on the, On the top, as Sabiha has kindly shown us the run, change it to the run setting. Even if you're doing a walk, change it to a run setting, please. Otherwise, it would not record and come on the leaderboard. Press start as usual. When you finish, just save the activity and it will upload straight away. Also, if you have smart watches, you can link your smart watches to the Strava app, but you just have to Google it and see how it works. So if you're using your smart watch, you can do that as well, and they will record to Strava. You can link them up. Next slide, please, Viha. Okay, I know somebody's already asked this on the chat. If you're doing a treadmill activity, how do I log it? So if you look on this slide, the first slide, it says plus there, and on the just press that, it will come with a second screen which says manual activities. Press that, log it as a run. Please post the photo of your treadmill. Whatever you finish, just take a picture of what activity you've done, because I could be sitting on a couch and just be logging activities. We don't want that. We just want you to be as honest as possible, so we want to see that. And just save activity again, simple as that. We are going to put the Strava link on the main group again by this evening or tomorrow. If you haven't logged it in, you will get the right link to that. Okay, the tips. We found out that those people who did the January challenge with us, they really enjoyed the feedback with what the motivation was really nice, and it kept them going. So we need to motivate each other. And in a group, you'll have 20 people, 20, 30 people. So use that. Use the support of the group or mentorship. If you have any questions, do come to ask us or anybody else in the group. They might give you some tips. You can learn a lot from the experienced runner or walker. Plan your week, set aside a time, make a date with a friend. Let's just go for a walk or a coffee. As Ruqayya loves going to coffee, so Ruqayya could find somebody in Watford to go with her. So she's gonna get her coffee runs. Yeah, so Ruqayya, you got people from Watford coming with you to Costa now. Yeah, also, if you are new to this, please build it up slowly. We don't want any injuries. Don't go out and do 5K walks every single day of the week. That's more than welcome, but you will enjoy yourself. So do it slowly. If you're going out in the dark, please make sure you're wearing high vis, because it's important that you're seen on the road. Try to involve members of your household. Take your kids out for a walk. It's good for them to be out in the fresh air. Go out with your hubby. You can't go out to the restaurants right now. Make a date run. Make a date walk. Just let's go out. Take anyone who's willing or not willing. Just drag them out. I do that to my daughter. She'll say that. Okay, wear appropriate shoes. I know some of us have gym shoes, but just make sure they're more stable and comfortable shoes. You're not getting any blisters. Okay, today was cold, but the weekend was really nice and warm. So make sure you're hydrated and you're drinking enough water even when you come back from your walks and run. Warm up and cool down. I'll be honest, I do that a lot, but Kayla really emphasizes on that. Every time I've run with her, she'd be like, Sakina, we need to do that. So warm up and cool down is important. It could be just building up into your run, so really fast walking, and after you finish your run, just stretching a bit out. Okay, I'll pass it to Sabiha now for the draw.
Thank you, Sakina. So we're now just going to do the draw. We were initially going to go around and do numbers, but obviously with 150 people, that will take a pretty long time. So I'm just going to share up my screen, and we're just going to do a random generator as our draw. Give me a minute. Cool. Sam, just let me know when that comes through.
Yeah, that's fine. You can see that.
Cool. So first we'll start with the experienced runners / walkers. So by experienced here, we don't mean running. We mean just that you go out, whether it's walk or a run, more than 3 times a week and do more than 5K each time. So when you signed up, you were asked if you were an experienced runner / walker or not. And so that's how we put that in. So I will just start with the experienced runners / walkers. We can see who's in what team. So we've got the 6 teams: Team Kayla, Team Sakina, Team Tara, Team Shaheen, Team Ruqayya, and Team Bureha. Obviously, these are not the team names. So your first task when your WhatsApp group is set up for your team is to come up with a cool team name. Right. So here are our experienced walkers. Cool. So for Team Kayla, we've got Sajida Danji, Zaida Nasser, Sabika Lalji, Sabiha Ghulam Hussain, Sayyida Rajani, Fatima Rajwani, and Naila Fazal. Team Sakina has Sakina Datu, Zaida Mirali, Fatima Chakpar, Sayyida Visram, Sayyida Ali, Fatma Ali, and Zara Hussain. Team Tara, Abida Jafar, Fatima Dala, Shairoz Asharia, Zinat Datu, Selina Jan Muhammad, Siddiqa Walji, and Afifa Ali Hassan. Team Shaheen, Rabab Rajwani, Sabiha Ladiq, Mumtaz Rafiq, Sana Hashim, Razina Yusuf Ali, Fatima Mirali, Nazneen Panju, and Sharmeen Pirbai. Team Ruqayya, Sajida Ali Bai, Ayman Poptani, Muhaddisa Muhammad Ali, Abrar Mamdani, Fatima Fazal, Tamina Hasnain, Alia Hassan, Shahida Versi. And finally, Team Bureha, Sabra Danji, Zahra Datu, Asmina Qasim, Tyra Valji, Shine Megji, Sakina Versi, Shamma Govani, and Saika Walji. Cool. That was a lot of names.
Thanks for reading that, Sabiha. You can go get a sip of water if you want.
Yeah, you're reading the next one.
Oh my goodness.
Right, here we go with the new people. So these are people who've stated that they don't regularly walk more than 5K. So how much you can do will be amazing. And I just before Samina reads them out.
So can you
There
zoom
we
in a little bit for me, please?
Yep. Better?
Perfect, thank you. Is it starting from Akila or Alia?
Alia usefully.
Okay, perfect. So on Team Kayla, we have Alia Yusufali, Zainab Jivraj. Now there's two Zainab Jivraj, one's from Birmingham, one's from Dar. So that shall be
We'll
confirmed.
sort that one out, yeah.
Samira Lalji, Sabiha Chagpur, Zainab, oh, actually the other Zainab Jivraj, they're both in the same team, that's fine. Zara Ghulam Hussain, Fatima Delji, Tessin Mustafa, Nahid Karmali, Benazir Marali, Fatima Ladak, Ozma Rajani, Ayman Kanji, Mehdiya Lalji, Faliha Rashid, Anis Somji. In Team Sakina, we have Muhaddisa Ghavani, Fatima Jessa, Tahira Marali, Sogu Jetha, Arifa Ismail, Nasreen Rajan, Alicia Siddiq, Shabna Marali, Fatima Jessa Jafar, Fatima Zara, Sadaq, Batul Rashid, Shaheen Ganji, Sakina Rajwani, Nishat Dosa, Fatima Datu, and Masma Jagani. In Team Tara, we have Anisa Shah, Tara Kasmali, Sabiha Kaku, Sarah Fazul, Dilshad Kasmali, Fatima Ravji, Layla Sharif, Anisa Marali, Abida Valji, Shanaz Marali, Sajida Rajwani, Asiya Marali, Sahela Rashid, Zainab Rahmani, Saida Ahmed, and Femida Bimji. In Team Shaheen, we have Zara Ghulam Hussain Delji, Akila Rajwani, Sajida Jafar, Ramina Jafar, Siddiqa Sidi Hasnali, Sabiha Haji, Fatima Mamdani, Shirin Marali, Fatima Chagpur, Samina Gubani, Fatima Kaku, Tahara Khan, Samia Merchant, Ambreen Bujani, Sakina Walji, and Sakina Jagani. In Team Ruqayya, we have Mehdiya Kasmali, Jamila Nur Muhammad, Sue Nur Muhammad, Fazia Walji, Kurshan Marali, Farhana Delji, Naila Marali, Zara Ladak, Siddiqa Jagani, Zara Tajani, Sakina Somji, Zara Karmali, Fatima Jafar K, Zainab Tajri, and Gulshan Barwani. And last but not least, in Team Bareha, we have Anara Daya, Amina Merchant, Alia Marali, Maliha Nazrali, Fatima Marali, Zara Bujani, Saida Mariam, Jessa, Karishma Damani, Sajida Tajani, Zainab Lalji, Femida Ganji, Samiha Ismail, Sabiha Somji, Zara Fazil Marali, and Farhana Jagani.
Woo! That was about 140 people. Thank you, Samina, for reading that long list out. So what we will do is we will set up your WhatsApp groups tomorrow with your team leaders. Your first task is to come up with your names, and then we'll send you a couple of reminders, and Thursday morning will be the first day of the challenge. Every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m, we will tally up the points for that week. If you do happen to go for a run or a walk between 9 p.m. and midnight on the Wednesday, it will roll over to the next week. So that is it. We're free to take any questions that anyone has.
Just a quick note before we start off with questions. This challenge, the ladies in this challenge, we've got ladies from London, from Haydari, Dar es Salaam, Mombasa, and even Dubai. And in Dubai, it is 12:21 right now, and I can see some Dubai names. So thank you so much for staying awake. We really, really appreciate it. This is such a community, initiative. As I said before, we were not expecting this, but hopefully, we can make some friends in the process, and really just be nice and active during the month of March. So if there are any questions, feel free to fire away.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So you mentioned the treadmill, because that's like walking. How about the stationary bike? Would that be the same?
So correct me if I'm wrong, Sakina, but the stationary bike would count as cycling, right?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So unfortunately for this challenge, it's a running, walking challenge. Any other questions?
I think there was one question on the chat about logging in treadmills. You can definitely walk or run on the treadmill. And if you just edit as a manual login on Strava, it will definitely count.
Cool. So if there are no further questions, we will wrap this up. Thank you for joining in. If you think of any more questions afterwards, when we set up the WhatsApp groups in the morning, you can feel free to message on there. If your friends and family want to get involved during the week, they find out about it, what we will do is we'll let the week run. Otherwise, it won't be fair, because at the moment we've got an even number of people in each team. And then the following Thursday, we will reopen on Wednesday, we'll reopen the registration. So hang on, we'll reopen it, but we won't add people. And then the following Thursday after week 1, we will then add people evenly into the teams based on experienced and new, so that it's fair and we've still got the same number of people in each team. So that's how that will work.
If there are any other questions, feel free to message your head in your WhatsApp group, which, as we said, will inshallah be set up tomorrow.